Well, welcome back to another How to Bloke. Another How to Bloke. Today we're going to do, this is a lunchtime thing, we're going to do Spaghetti Carbonara. Okay, that's the Italian dish. And you're going to need the following items. You're going to need some, wait, I'm going to come over there, camera person, so just hold your horses. You're going to need some garlic cloves. Like that, fresh garlic cloves. You're going to need some lardons, which is smoked bacon pieces. You're going to need some cream, about that much. You're going to need some spaghetti, you need about that much. And you need some sort of Parmesan hard cheese. And a bit of parsley if you've got it. Oh yes, and some eggs, sorry. And some eggs. So this is all you need there, look. That's what you need to make spaghetti carbonara for four people. So, let's start off with the spaghetti. No, let's not start off with the spaghetti. Let's start off with the bacon and the garlic. So what we're going to do is we're just going to soften these bacon things in kind of fry them really. Don't use any oil because there's fat in the bacon. You see, look. The white bits are flat, so you don't bother to do. Now these lardons here are kind of mini lardons. They call them, in France they call them allumettes. They're smaller. They're smaller than a lardon, a normal lardon. Look, I'll show you. See how small that is? You can use ordinary size ones or you can use those ones. I like these ones actually for this particular thing. Because there's more dispersion of them. You get, in every mouthful you're guaranteed to get a lardon rather than maybe or maybe not. So, yeah, up to you. Right, so now we need some cloves of garlic. Now, that garlic came from a garlic bulb. Okay, so 4 of those in there. You can put another one in, or you don't have to put another one in. You don't have to put it in, but there's not many ingredients here, so you need something, need some flavour somewhere. So I will put it in. You don't have to put 4 cloves in, but you don't have to. You can just put 1 clove in. This family likes our garlic, so we're going to put 4 cloves in, just like that. So. Once we've got the 4 garlics in, we're going to think, well, whilst we're doing that, I'm thinking, well, what's next? Well, I'll tell you what next is. We're going to get the spaghetti ready, and I'll show you a tip or two about the spaghetti. Right, there we go, with the lardons are cooking there with a, as I say, don't use any fat, you don't need to. Then we're going to go with some black pepper, like this. Now, do we put any salt in? No. Why? Because the lardons have got salt in as already when they're made. So don't put any more. Salt is not good for you, you know. High blood pressure and all that. So we're just going to just simmer down it a little bit.
It's smoking like that because they were frozen, weren't they?
Yeah, the frozen ones. So we're going to move that over to another dish over here. Just keep that warm. Right, now we're going to cook the pasta. Now, I'll tell you a couple of things about this pasta. If you're one of these people that never knows how much pasta to cook, excuse me, never knows. You can buy these funky spoons. I haven't got one. Where you just measure the you put it through the spoon and you can measure per person how much. You don't have to bother with that. Think 125. Now. 125 grams per person, or thereabouts. So I always remember it by the size of my first motorcycle, 125cc, right? So this pack has got 500. Okay, so 4 times 125 is what?
500.
Yeah, very good, 500. So you know that this pack is good for 4 people, ample for 4 people. You can go 120, you can go 110, but I always remember 125. Yeah, that's how I remember it. Maybe you live at 110 or 120 in so-and-so road. You remember that one. Anyway, I'll stop yakking. The other thing is tell you what you do is you go like that. Now you're going to cook all of that. You don't have to cook all of it, as I said, but I'm going to cook all of it. So what we're going to do with this thing, people say, oh, I don't like spaghetti because I get real messy eating it. You know, when you scoop it up and you have to twist it in and then you stick it. You don't have to do that. In this house, we can do it, but in this house, what I do when I'm cooking it, I get it hold of it like that, and then I wait a moment and cut the camera here back. I didn't put the water onto boil, that's why I stopped. Right, so this pasta now, what we're going to do to make it easy to eat, but especially for children, young children, we're going to break it in bits like that. So you don't have to wrestle with it on the table, okay? And this water, there's no salt and there's no oil. Why? Because salt is not good for you, too much of it. And there's salt in the cheese we're going to put in, and there's salt in the bacon. Too much salt equals no good. Right, so we're going to get this pasta in here. You break it up like that. Not too small, otherwise it becomes baby food, but you know, just if you've got an old person here who's got difficulty in getting the spaghetti on their spoon, you don't have to cut it up on a plate in front of them, you know, or before you serve it. You can do this for them and they'll be happy that they can get the stuff into their mouths without being embarrassed. So there you go. So here we go. One. So break it 3 times or 4 times, whatever. There we go. Now, I've noticed I've not put any oil in here at all. You're thinking, why is that, HowToBloke? Why don't you put some oil in? Everyone puts oil in it. No, because I don't want it to put oil in it. If you put enough water in that pan, you won't need oil. And if you coat the strands of oil, or the strands of pasta with oil, the sauce is not going to stick to it as well. So, secret of pasta is, my way anyway, my way, big pan of water, big. Don't make it so big because you can't manage it. Big pan of water, no oil, this is my way, no oil, no salt, and you know, you should be good to go. Right, so always look on the packet, see how many minutes it is. It says 8 for al dente, which is kind of firm to the bite, and 10 well done. So we're going to cook this al dente. Because we don't want a sloppy mess at the end of it, and we're going to cook it a little bit more after it's boiled. So let's leave that to one side. Right, let's get on with the sauce now. Let's put our timer on 8 minutes.
It's very fast, isn't it?
It is fast. Right, let's put our timer on 8 minutes. Now, eggs. We're going to need eggs, 1 per person. Right, so we've got 4 over there. So we're going to do 4 eggs. And how we're going to do it, we're going to do just the egg yolk. Just the egg yolks. So what we're going to do, I've got a little saucepan here, which I'm going to use for a little egg omelette. So look, there's the egg without the yolk on it. We'll do another one.
Without the white, you mean?
Without the white, yeah, sorry, thank you. So, another one. If you mess this up, don't worry about it so much. Don't worry about it. Don't you know, beat yourself up about it. A little bit of egg white in there is all right, but you really go for the yolks. So, whoopsie days. I keep thinking, can't remember which one is which. So it goes in there like that.
They're over the pan, frying pan.
Yeah. I'm trying to get near to the camera so they can see, but
no, they can see from here.
Okay,
Fine,
right.
yeah.
So there we are. Right, there's our egg yolks. Yeah, of course you're going to get a little bit of white in there, don't you? But most of the egg white is there. Look, see?
Yeah.
So we're going to keep that for a little
Omelette.
Omelette I've got lined up. So excuse me. Now we're going to go in with some creme. Creme. Where's my white cloth? Here we go. Right, some cream. We're going to go into cream. Now, how much cream? or I don't know. Should we measure it out for the?
That's about 200 or 250.
That's, yeah, but that's, you know, that could be pie in the sky. Let's measure it out for the ladies and gentlemen. So, here's a glass, an ordinary drinking glass. Okay, we're going to pour this out. Cool, this is a thick one.
Yeah, it's a semi-épaisse, half thick cream.
Oh. But we want a thick sauce anyway for the thing, Bob. I didn't realise this was normally the ones I get are thinner, but we couldn't get there. We couldn't get any, so we had to buy a different brand. A super thick one. This anyway. The point of this exercise is so you can see how much cream there is there. Look, see?
About a cup, isn't it?
About a cup. So there we go. So in that goes like that. And we wasted a bit there, stuck on the side of the cup there. No, not to worry, not to worry. I can scrape it off in a minute. Let's see if there's any last bits of cream in there because it's really thick. Don't want to waste any. No, it's good. Right, we can't get any more out of that. I'll get a little spoon and see if I can get any out.
Normally would you use double cream then, yeah?
Yeah, double cream, yeah. You don't have to use double cream, but it's better if you do. If you can get double cream, use it. If you don't, then use single cream. Whipping cream, don't bother with it.
It's usually got sugar in it, whipping cream or something.
Right. So in here, we're going to go with a little black pepper again. You don't have to put black pepper in, but I do. Don't put any salt with it, you don't need it. We're trying to keep it salt, keep the salt out, as it were. Right, what else are we going to put in here? Cheese. Cheese. Oh, now this is interesting. This is a cheese called Grana Padano. I probably don't say it properly, but it's like what the other cheese you can hear yourself thinking of is Parmigiano Reggiano. Well, yeah, but that's kind of like, this is less expensive than Parmesan, so it tastes just as good, I think, in my opinion.
I think that one is because the Parmesan comes from the Parma region, so you can't call every cheese Parmesan.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, there's some sort of regional. It's a regional thing, so you can't call it. Although it's very, very similar in taste to Parmesan, you can't call it Parmesan because they have the carte blanche on the name because it comes from that region. Just keep an eye on the pasta. Make sure it's moving around. Look, camera person, if you just do this, just give it a whiz round.
Do you want a spaghetti?
No, not
got
yet.
A fork.
No.
Up there, look.
No, you don't need it because these spaghetti is small. It's not big. Right, let's have a look in here as also camera person. This is how our garlic is done. So just keep it on the low, just to cook them down.
Sounds amazing.
Don't burn it. Don't burn it because burnt garlic is horrible. So, right, where was I? Oh yes, Parmesan. So, how much is this in here? 200 grams. We're going to use half of that. Okay, so up to there. At least half of that. Yeah, I mean you could put all of it in, but you know, cheese overload. So.
Did you get like ready grated?
Yeah, ready grated. There wasn't any, so I mean, there's no big deal, was it? Grating it yourself.
It goes quite quickly, actually, doesn't it?
This is quite a good grater. This is a grater for cheese and other small things. That's really sharp, so don't get your fingers caught on this stuff. This thing. Stainless steel jobby. It's ideal for hard cheese like this. So there we are. That's about half, isn't it? There, that's definitely half. Right, so we're going to put that back in there.
That was very fast.
Yeah, so there we go. So, now we're going to do is going to mix that with that. Keep an eye on the rice. We'll use this is a rice hook thing, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Pasta hook, right, not rice hook. Why would you need a hook with rice?
There's no rice in this recipe.
No, it's not. It's trying to think and do it at the same time. It's difficult sometimes. Especially now, for some reason. Right. So, let's whisk this up.
Smells so good. bacon and the garlic and...
So 1 clove per person, 1 egg yolk per person, and a whole load of cheese. Like that. Now you've got, obviously you're going to say to me, I'm not going to put any herbs in here. Not today. Not today. Do you know why? I'll tell you why. Because my neighbour's donkeys have eaten all my parsley. True. I've got some coriander left, just. But my neighbour's donkeys thought, oh, that is tasty, I'm going to eat all of it. So if you want to put some herbs in, put fresh parsley in. I'm going to put a few of these salad herbs in here. You know, not the dried ones, these are for salad. So I'm just going to plonk some of those in there. Not now, in a minute. Okay, let's check on this pasta. 1 minute to go. Now you can see, look guys, look, the pasta is not stuck together. As they, you know, it's not. Look, perfectly separated. There's no need to use oil in there. Look, see, ain't stuck at all. Right. How do you test it? Hoof a bit out. So. Another 1 minute. One minute. 1 more minute. That was bit too al dente, as they say. Right. So, okay. Let's recap then. So per person, 125 grams of pasta. If you're not having anything else with it, you don't have to have 125. I'm just saying that's a rough guide. Any more than that, and you know. 1 egg yolk per person. 1 clove of garlic per person, and that's about it. Just remember the cream as well, and
cup of cream on it.
Cup of cream, yeah. Not per person. That's for the sauce.
How much lard is there on?
Well, lard in this packet. Well, I can't, this packet was. Oh, I don't know. What was it? 200 grams.
Could you add more?
Yeah, of course you could add more, but otherwise the recipe's going to turn into something else.
Okay.
Right, rice is done. Now what's this? Watch.
Rice?
Rice? No, pasta. Right, get some. Turn this up, whack it up high. This bacon thing, and whack it up high. It's on its highest ring. Look, it will eventually ring up like that. That's what's inside it. Now we're going to deglaze that with this. Look, watch. Right. Why am I doing this? To get all the flavour off the bottom of the pan. Otherwise it's going to stay on there and it's going to be lost. You don't have to add a shed load of water, just a little bit from the pan, the cooking water. Look at that. Right. So you leave that there, and you're going to drain the rice now.
You keep saying rice.
Keep saying rice, don't I? Rice, why am I? It's a subliminal message, rice.
Maybe you fancy
right,
some rice?
this is not rice, cooked al dente. Look, it's not stuck together, ladies and gentlemen. It's not even stuck in the pan, look, see? So, look at that, proof. So I'm going to put that back in, no, we're not going to put that back in there. We're going to put it straight into our pot. So there's the pot there. We'll take it off the heat now because we don't want it super hot. We just want it on a low heat. You're going to have to like jiggery pokery it around the top of the oven a little bit. So there it is. So we've deglazed the bottom of the pan. Look, and that's our slurry of garlic and bacon. And boy, does it smell good. Now we're going to go in with we're going to say rice again. Pasta. Maybe I need to go to a hypnotist. Stop me saying rice so often. Okay. So there we go. Now give it a quick whiz round like this. Now you could eat it like that. A little bit of not salt, pepper. I don't know, something. Pepper, just pepper really. You could eat it like that. Maybe a bit of salt, but you could eat it like that. But we're not going to do that because we're making spaghetti carbonara. So, remember in here we've got egg yolks. What else have we got in here? Cheese,
Cream.
Parmesan cheese or Pandano Reggiano. No, Pandano
Grana
Grana.
Padano.
That's it, that's the one. What else we got in here?
Black pepper and cream.
Yeah, so in it's going to go. Now we've got to spin this as soon as it goes in, right? You're thinking, why don't we heat it up before we put it in there? Well, because the heat of the spaghetti will cook or heat through the egg. Cream you can just have on its own, and cheese you can just have on its own. So just cook through the egg. Right, that's ready to serve. If you put a lid on that, you can keep that for quite 10 minutes, I suppose, 15 minutes. But you've got to serve it straight away. The reason why it's a bit chunky on here because it hasn't been finely ground. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you had smell-o-vision, you could smell that smells absolutely fantastic. That's superb. Award-winning, that is. Well, I haven't won any awards with it, you understand, but it's really good. So if you serve that up...
You've had great reviews from guests, haven't you?
Yeah, true.
People saying that's the best carbonara I've ever had and all that.
They said, one of them said, is it out of a tin? I said, no, why would I make it, give it to you out of a tin? And he said, in the end, he said it's the best spaghetti carbonara he's ever had in his life. He wasn't Italian, but...
I didn't even know that you could get spaghetti carbonara in a tin.
No, neither did I. I've never seen it. Maybe you can as a baby food, I suppose, but... Anyway, alright, what we're going to do with this, we're going to serve it up now. Excuse me, young lady, can I still call you young lady?
Yes.
Okay. Even after all these years?
What do you mean all these years?
Right, here we go, look. Whatever spoon you choose. Nice big bowl for ladies and gentlemen. Make sure when you serve it,
I'll just put it here so
don't be too much of a peasant.
I can actually see it.
Put a plate on it like that, underneath it, so people have got somewhere to rest their spoon and so you can carry it. Right, warm. This has got to be warm. Today it isn't, so... Right, so what we do is we're going to go in like this. Like that. Right. Now, a little bit of Has Your Father on the top of it. This is parsley. Pretend it's parsley. It's not. Because the donkey's eaten all my parsley.
Yes, yes.
Right. There it is. Now that's it.
Could you put some parmesan on top?
You could. You could go with some parmesan. Look.
Because I like to do that on mine.
Yeah, look. There's some more parmesan. You just do that on the top. No, not too much. A little bit like that. Well done. See? And there you have it. Now, what you can do is you can go a step further, ladies and gentlemen, and what you can do...
That's not for everyone.
It's not for everyone, I know, but it gives it a bit of a...
show-offiness.
Yeah, so what you do is you go like that. And the person getting that, when he gets it at the table, don't forget, always has got to be hot, nice and warm, hot. Gets that, and he'll pour that in there and mix it around to give it a bit more richness. But you know, you don't have to do that.
If you're pregnant or elderly, you can't have that.
No, you can't. No, pregnant, elderly,
or children.
Or children. So
only for blokes.
Only for blokes, really. Which is good news because I'm having it with that. But as I say, you don't have to. Just take it off like this. Watch. If you're not sure, take it off, and there you go. So. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. That's good, isn't it? You can do that, can't you? You can. It's easy. It's easy. Can you make it without garlic? As I said, well, you can, but it's going to lose a lot of flavour. You can't make it without lardons. Have some fun with it, and let me know in the comments below how you did it. What you can serve it with is some nice. God, this is a carburation overload. This. You can serve it with some garlic bread. I've got a recipe for garlic bread, and I'll leave it in the description below. You can have that. And garlic bread, and you won't eat nothing for a week, I assure you. It's...
Yeah, but it's a special treat, isn't it?
Well, yeah, I guess.
Like an Italian night, you can do
Italian night, yeah. Yes. Why don't you come round for an Italian night,
Yeah.
And say, what's that? Well, then you can just you can say homemade spaghetti carbonara and homemade garlic bread. You can't get better than that. If I was to eat that, you know. Anyway, I'm gonna have a skinny egg omelette. I'm not having that skinny egg omelette for me today. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it. More recipes up here, quick tips up here, DIY jobbies down here. If you want to subscribe to me, this channel is down here. So until next time.